I would describe it as a museum of the strange. So we have everything from like a two-headed cow to a mummified cat. We have lots of strange objects. So it's kind of based on the Victorian tradition of oddities, sideshows, museums of curiosities. It's basically a museum of dark history. We have medical history as well. It's definitely something different. But we do have a few supposedly haunted objects in here, and one of them is that one over there, which is a sleeping bag in the shape of a clown, which is said to be haunted. Now, this was donated by a guy a few months before we opened. He said it used to move around his apartment when he was a kid. He said it was never where he left it. We have a couple of voodoo dolls in here. We have one from Italy, an evil eye doll, and we have one from Africa, which is a very sinister kind of looking voodoo doll. There is a 1930s wrestling dummy, and it's at the end of this room here, and it's that one at the end. It's faceless, and it's very old and strange and uncanny looking. Interestingly, it was in here in this room where someone did a paranormal investigation, and it showed activity at that end of the room, the end of the room where the 1930s wrestling dummy lives. I spend a lot of time going onto eBay, Etsy, auctions and flea markets, looking through the collections for absolutely ages. And basically, it's just a question of searching certain search terms such as vintage oddity, vintage curiosity, vintage weird. I search all of these things, and I will just have the ability to sit there for hours at a time looking until I find something that's suitably strange. I think Dublin is a great city for museums. We have lots and lots of great museums that have been going back centuries now. You've got the National Museums, the Dead Zoo, the Little Museum of Dublin. You've got all these different ones, the Leprechaun Museum and so on. But I never thought we had enough that catered towards the weirder side of things. And I had seen a couple of curiosity museums in other countries, so I said, why doesn't Dublin have something like this for all the alternative people who want to go to see something in a museum? This is a dental themed cabinet, so everything in here relates to dental, dentistry. You've got these things called dental phantoms. Now what these were things for training tools for dentists. I have a lot of this dental stuff, which I think in general is a bit creepy. I put this hat on your head, and it has a light bulb hanging out of it, and the idea was that the light or the heat from the bulb would prevent hair loss, you know. So if it was supposed to be a cure for baldness, I don't think it worked. We still are yet to find that cure now. No. Supposedly haunted clown sleeping bag. Go downstairs. This is just a cabinet of general weird things. So this two-headed lamb is real. This is a giraffe skull. We have a goat skeleton in here as well. Lots of strange things. Well, one of the most common questions I get in here is, have you seen anything spooky happen? Has anything haunted happen in the museum yet? And for me, not so far. I think it's because I'm surrounded by the macabre and the strange that it either leaves me alone or it's not bothered by me. But other people who come in here see all kinds of strange things. The response has been great. I'm still waiting to find somebody who comes in and just tells me like I'm sick in the head or something like that. It hasn't really happened, but I think most people who find this museum already know what they're coming to see, and they're already drawn to the uncanny and the strange. So the response has been super positive, and we have people coming from all over the world and lots of people who live in Dublin as well coming in.
Dublin's Museum of Curiosities doesn't just show the oddities, it holds up a mirror to our own restless minds. The unsettling, the grotesque, and surprisingly beautiful. They all live side by side here, asking us the same questions. Why do we look for strangeness? Maybe because curiosity isn't comfort, it's confrontation. It's the impulse that draws us to peer into the shadows and see what could lie just beyond the edge of understanding. This Curiosity Museum of Dublin is a great reminder that being human has always meant being a little bit more curious, even if it makes our skin crawl. Open Wednesday to Sunday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., the Curiosity Museum welcomes all who are ready to face strangeness and learn more about the history of oddities.